Welcome back to the City of Palms podcast. Two brothers got together to shine light on talented individuals in the Southwest Florida area. Thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Episode 119.
We back and we clanking. It ain't beers, but it's root beer. That's that IBC, dude. If you know, you know. IBC, if you're watching the YouTube, you can see the visual. The root beer that comes in a glass bottle, you can find it at most grocery stores. It's the stuff that, like, dude, we had this on occasion. Whoa. Hey, yo. Whoa. That's that IBC, my boy. Yeah. IBC's fire. Now you know. Thank us later.
You need to fire that guy.
What up, dude? How you doing? We can't fire that guy. He's got too much. He plays too big of a part. He's the co-host. He's the
Editor.
The editor, the filmer,
Graphic
production manager, graphic designer. GoPro start recording. He's you. Wait, come to think of it, that guy. Stan featuring Ditto. Those who didn't catch the reference. Dude, we're back. Another Saturday night. I feel energetic because, dude, I think I'm gonna start every. That's bad podcasting. I'm playing. That's gonna be my inside joke now. You call me out on that too, but I'm just playing. It's not bad podcasting. Just a joke. It won't be the inside joke from here on. It looked like you weren't down for it. Like you were just like, nah, I won't do it. Nah, because what's really bad podcasting too is probably this.
Get a little.
You can't do that with IBC, bro. It'll sneak up in them lungs, boy. It sneaks up in them lungs.
Man, did it have cane sugar back when we used to drink it when we were kids?
Like a hit of a cigarette.
Because I feel like it tastes a little different than it used to, but I see it's got made with cane sugar on it.
I don't know. Dude, I was younger than you. You think I'd remember if it was cane sugar?
True.
I got no clue. I know it was good, and it tastes. I don't know, man. Since 1919, they've been around. Soda wasn't even around back. That's bad podcasting. So burping on mic. That's terrible podcasting. We share. Ooh, that's terrible podcasting. Blowing into the mic, but we share mics. Nah, nobody touches the mic. Dude, 1919 was soda even around in then? That's crazy, bro. 1990 was sugar even here?
1919. When was World War One?
Hey Siri, when was World War One?
It happened from July 28, 1914 to November 11th, 1918.
Thanks. So that was
before soda was invented. Just before IBC, dude. Hey Siri, when was soda invented?
The answer I found is 1767.
1767.
Hey Siri, what was the first soda invented?
Okay. I found this on the web for what was the first soda invented. Check it out.
You can't just tell me?
You can't just tell me.
The cool thing was when I asked my phone, it come because I'm Bluetooth to the Roadcaster.
Oh yeah,
That
means the listeners heard
would
it.
hear that.
Yep.
But when the second one came through the iPad,
yeah,
maybe they heard it through the mic. You heard it here first, dude. What was that?
1767
was United.
That's before the United States.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Wasn't it 1776?
Yeah.
Wow. And when was soda around?
1767.
Wow.
And now we're a history podcast.
I mean, just imagine a guy who's like, I mean, dude, the first soda was probably like water from a river and like spit and sugar.
How would you even carbonate back then?
Put a straw and just blow into it.
Just blow your own air into it.
Literally.
Till the liquid keeps some of the air. Then just seal it up real tight.
I mean, it was probably flat soda. Like, it was probably not soda like today. It's probably like Diet Coke.
Yeah, the first soda was Diet Coke.
Have you ever had a diet soda?
Yeah. I don't really drink soda though,
Me either.
and I definitely don't drink diet soda.
I kind of, if I drink soda, I'm gonna drink Coke, Pepsi, or Sprite. But
The only times I'll
try
drink
not to
soda
drink it too much.
at like a party, maybe I'll like grab a soda if like soda's available. But normally the only time I drink soda is if I'm like eating out and I choose to not get water. Sometimes I'll grab a little root beer.
I like a soda after I skate.
Really? Mm-hmm. Not me.
I love a soda, dude. After you skate,
Involving anything skating? Hell no.
after.
Not me.
Let's keep word after.
No, you see, I'll splurge with like a milkshake or something after if I'm gonna get like some sort of sugary.
The reason, and I heard this on Joe Rogan. So when he was doing Sober October one year, when it was a fitness challenge, they were trying to lose as much weight as possible. And he was like, oh yeah, I'd be like running on the treadmill. He'd run on the treadmill for like 6 hours, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I'd run on the treadmill, and like instead of water, I'm drinking cream soda. And I'm like, you're crazy. But what he explained is like, you sweat out so much sodium that a soda is actually, when it can actually be like
Beneficial?
almost nourishing to to replenish your body for what it needs.
For sugars and stuff?
The sugars will, and it's not the most, like, it's not the best thing you could drink, but he did say that there are some slight benefits, sugar, energy, slight energy, the whatever I just said, what is that?
Sugar.
The sodium.
Sodium, yeah.
To replenish. Yeah. So I don't know. I like it. Like if I skate hard, I love to like go to Chipotle, get a meal and get like a Coke. That'd be.
Yeah, that's a little. See, if I go to like a burrito spot or like go like get a meal like that, sometimes like yeah, you're right. Like a nice soda with that, especially root beer. Usually root beer will be my choice.
True.
That hits different. I don't really like soda though. Just sugary stuff in general. Actually, that's funny. This goes on to one of my two questions. Because like I just don't. I always regret it whenever I do. Sometimes even with, especially with milkshakes. But like anything that's really sugary, it almost like makes me just feel gross. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like just like makes my stomach upset and stuff. And I usually regret drinking a soda or something like that, just because it's like too much sugar, I guess. Which is weird because I'm like, dude, as a kid,
Yeah, I don't. I
drink like 3 root beers.
I'll pass down a soda. Like I'll turn it down if I'm not feeling it. But I'm also one that like I've heard people say like I was at a dinner one time and it was like 8 p.m. right, and someone was like, oh, I'll switch to water. Like they're drinking Coke. They're like, I'll switch to water because if I have Coke like after at this hour, I'm gonna be up all night. And I'm like, what? I can drink a Coke at like 10:50 and be in bed and like by 11. I don't, but I mean I could. It doesn't like keep me up like that. It really doesn't do anything, I feel. In that type of sense. Maybe it does. But it probably would if I were to drink a lot.
But we drink Cafe Bustelo for our like caffeine kicks. So like the caffeine from a soda is nothing at that point,
Yeah, I think I was even that way though. Yeah. I feel like I haven't drank coffee for that long, and that now it's been a bit actually. Years just keep flying by. But I used to drink more soda than I did coffee. Before I drank coffee, I was a avid soda drinker.
Yeah, you're big on Coke, right? Coke and Sprite.
Yeah, bro. Coke for sure. Like when I worked construction, dude, it's bad, dude. Like I would bring 3 Cokes a day and drink them all. Like I would drink 1 at lunch, 1 like at like 3,
And then 1 on your way home.
and then 1 on my way home. And it literally got to the point where I would have to like almost force myself to drink the 1 on the way home. But I would do it because I would want something like flavorful as I'm driving home. But it wouldn't even be enjoyable. That's what because it's been sitting in my lunchbox like all day, and it would be like relatively cold, but not like ice cold, And then when I'd have a fountain soda, it would be like a whole new, like I was like, dude, it got to a point where I was like, I'm only drinking fountain soda. Because it's like that carbonation would hit different. Especially from like McDonald's, dude. They got like 10,000 more, like, I don't even know, dude. They're thinking carbonated. Like,
I know.
it hurts. Like, their
Yeah,
Sprite.
yeah,
it's
you
like,
chug it and you're like, "Ugh."
bro, that'll clean a radiator out.
For real.
But yeah, so then it got there, and then yeah, I actually had like, I haven't told really this on the podcast, but I'm pretty sure I had like a kidney stone from drinking all that soda.
I bet. Do you think at that point you would drink more soda than water? Because I thought that's what caused kidney stones, is like just not drinking enough water. Especially if you're drinking like soda instead of water.
Not really. There we go. I was sounding probably off for a little bit because my mic, I was talking into like the side of my mic. Not really. I was still drinking a ton of water, but honestly, with me, I think it has to do with, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, dude. I feel like, I don't know if I'm overthinking this or whatever, but I mean, one, it's not good to drink that much soda. But when I did drink that much soda, I drank a lot of water too. But I think too, it's having too much liquid. Like if you drink too much liquid, like this goes for anybody, but like, dude, when I was like drinking like a gallon of water a day, if I wasn't like there, skating every day, which, you don't, you're like at work and, working out, you try to drink a gallon a day, dude, I would have to pee like every 15, 20 minutes and it would suck because it's like the feeling of having to pee never really went away. It's like you're peeing all the time, at least for me. So I also too feel like with drinking, I was drinking an adequate amount of water and then adding 3 sodas to that. It's just like, it's a lot of freaking liquid to fit in like this little bladder that I have. I feel like, I'm not a huge guy, and especially my torso, I feel like is smaller. I feel like if anything, I have like a smaller set torso, which means my intestines. I mean, my stomach's not big, bro. My ribs are here. My pelvis is here. So my bladder is somewhere in between these lines, and there's a lot in this little circle. Intestines and all that. So bladder is probably small. It's probably like that big.
Yeah.
You think 3 Cokes in there alone, it's like no wonder something's going on. But yeah, I don't know.
Dude, Gabe told me the other day he aims to drink 2 gallons a day. He regularly drinks 2 gallons a day. He also runs like a 5K every day.
Yeah, see, that's where you're sweating out a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like on days where I'm skating, I can drink on an average day where I'm skating and I get a gallon. If we skate and like if it's a day of skating and we're like out in the streets, I'm probably gonna almost finish the gallon just skating. For like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. And easy, even if we just go to Veterans and chill, I'm drinking half gallon.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
But you need it when you're skating. You know, it's like when you're doing something like that, you're sweating so much out.
True.
When I go dirt biking, I can drink water forever because I just have a huge Camelback on my bag with like, I think it holds like 2 or 3 liters, and that thing gets filled probably twice on a day that I go out to ride, 2 or 3 times, plus Gatorades on the side here and there, a soda at lunch. I love dirt biking, dude. I need to go out to the track soon. I've been looking at trucks on Marketplace. Not that I'd pull the trigger. The more I'm looking at them too, I'm like, I don't want a truck. I'm happy with my setup now. But I'm thinking about getting a hitch to put on the Camry and just haul. So I was thinking about the G37. I could get a cool one for the G37, but I don't want to put like I saw Judah got one on his Corvette. So I was like, all right, let me look at one for my G37 because I got power. I could pull like a trailer, put my dirt bikes on it, pull ramps. But I was like, I don't want to put the damage on it, to put too much strain on it, especially with an exhaust. Like, it's just not me. But the Camry, throw it on the Camry.
It's an idea.
I'd do it. I just don't think the Camry would really pull.
Yeah, wouldn't pull too much.
Too much, yeah.
The question I had, we kind of like started going past it, but the question I had was, what's a food you used to love as a kid that you never really want anymore? Because we were talking about root beer and stuff like that, and like how I could down like 3 root beers when I was little.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of foods that I just really don't ever eat anymore. That used to be my favorite foods as a kid. Mac and cheese. I never have mac and cheese anymore ever.
Yeah, I don't like mac and cheese.
Pennsylvania, that was like my go-to as a vegetarian. Now I'll avoid it at all costs.
That's good. I don't know, man. I mean, sweet stuff. Like, I don't like as much sweet stuff, like you said. But I don't know if there's really anything that.
You've always been kind of reserved in your taste buds.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What about the opposite? Is there anything you used to hate as a kid that you now love as an adult? Or has it pretty much stayed the same?
No, it's gotten better. Yeah, there's other things that I've definitely thought I didn't like, and I tried them and I liked them. Trying to think.
I used to hate mayonnaise. I used to dude, I would avoid mayonnaise like I
still do, yeah.
like I would avoid cottage cheese. But cottage cheese, I still hate that stuff. But mayonnaise, I'll put that on sandwiches all the time now.
Oh, you know what? I remember what it is. You said something we liked as a kid but don't like now. Ranch dressing.
Yeah,
I used to eat ranch on all my salads.
Dude,
no
I'd
problem.
dip it in pizza or dip my pizza in ranch. Sometimes that used to be my go-to, bro.
I wouldn't do that, but
Yeah,
I would
don't
just
eat ranch anymore.
I would just eat ranch on salads, and then one day, I hated the taste of ranch, and it was when I was working in the restaurant, and I found out the main thing of ranch is mayonnaise, and I was like,
Is it?
oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
100%. Like, ranch is like 90% mayonnaise, 10%
Is it really?
seasonings and a little other thing. Yeah, it's a mayo-based dressing.
Makes you look at everything different. You remember when Mom told us that that cottage cheese was in lasagna? Lasagna used to be one of our favorite dinners. Yeah. And after she said that, we realized the white little stuff in it was. It's usually ricotta, isn't it? But she said that she put cottage cheese.
Yeah, which is disgusting. Which is, dude, if you invite me to your barbecue and you do some stuff like that, man,
I just
it probably comes out the same. But I hate all cheeses. It's another thing. I used to eat that lasagna. I would never eat any lasagna now. Like, I look at lasagna and I'm like,
cheese in the middle,
dude.
cheese on top,
Cheese all over.
cheese casserole, cheese and pasta casserole. See, but with me, there's really I can't think of many things because I still love the taste of ranch. I could still dip pizza in ranch and probably love it. There's just a lot of things I just choose to not eat anymore that I used to love as a kid, like lots of sugary stuff and mac and cheese. Like, mac and cheese is still probably one of my favorite foods. I just won't eat it because of how I feel afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, got to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I'm glad I figured that out because for the longest time, dude, I would just, when you just feel off sometimes, you just feel gross, weighed down and this and that. Once you find the thing you're eating or category of foods you're eating that kind of make you feel that way and you stop eating them, you feel so much better.
For real. I feel like there was something that I didn't like as a kid that I like now. I mean, I know there's things. But
Any meats or anything like that?
I mean, I always. The meats that I can really think of is just not really getting the opportunity to try them as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, calamari is something I tried. When I tried it, though, for the first time, I liked it. Mussels, same deal. So it's not
scallops or something I thought I would always hate, but having them at Tokyo Bay, scallops are fire.
Yeah, scallops are good. Scallops are alright. I don't love them. Sea bass too. It's I love sea bass. That's my favorite fish.
I don't know if I've ever had sea bass.
So good.
I don't really have fish too often.
Me either. When I do, it's sea bass. For real. I go to Cantina Laredo, Amp Tower, and they got a sea bass thing. It's their most expensive thing on their entree. Sea bass is expensive, but it's so good, dude.
I think Divieto had a sea bass dish too.
Yes, they do. The Chilean sea bass. That's where I first tried it.
Oh.
When I first started Divieto and I opened it, they gave us it was a mock dinner because we opened the restaurant. So all the workers got got to come in for free with their family. And I brought Zach and Megan. So it was me, Bree, Zach, and Megan. And we all went. And it was weird, though. They didn't say this until you got there. Right when you walked in, they gave you a thing. And at you could only bring 4 people. So out of 4 people, you got a menu with 4 items on it, and 4 different items. Then you could pick either, that was your choices, So
You had 4 options.
yes,
Everyone had 4 options to choose from.
yeah, and it's like I couldn't get a steak, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have the steak on my card out of my 4. Like in my head, when I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna give me a free dinner, I was like, I'm gonna get that steak, like. Yes, like I'm gonna get, but then I got there. They're like, here you go. This is your menu for your table, and it's like, it was sea bass, eggplant parmesan, maybe lasagna, and there was a steak. I think it was a special steak, and it had like mushrooms on it. It was the one that I wasn't gonna get. It was the Divieto. I think they call it Divieto special steak or something like that now. They might call it something different, but it's basically like mashed potatoes and like little sliced like sirloin around it. And like mushroom gravy sauce around it. I do like it. I ended up trying it, but like that, I was gonna get a different steak, and
You went
I
with
get
the sea
there.
bass?
I went with the sea bass, yeah, because that was on my thing. So I tried.
Wait, did
it.
everyone get the same menu?
No,
What?
like
That's
table
weird.
across from me. I'm like, oh, he got the steak I wanted. Like everybody got something.
Why would
different.
they do that?
The theme of it, the reason because I asked, I was like, why? And the reason they did it was like they were hoping, their goal was like, because all the team members kind of work together. So the only people at this mock dinner were the team members and their family,
Mm-hmm.
So they were hoping that like it would all be kind of like, oh, I go over to Reese's table and like try his steak, and like he comes over to mine and like tries my sea
Oh, to
bass.
make sure everyone orders basically the whole menu. Like if you only give one table 4 items,
Yeah.
they have to get something out of that 4. So if you gave everyone the whole menu, maybe no one in the whole restaurant would get sea bass. I get it.
Yeah. So, and it was experience to give the line cooks cooking every menu item.
That's
It was
a good idea.
experience to give the food runners, because the way they did it too is like half the restaurant, the mock dinners were Friday and Saturday. Half the restaurant worked on Friday and did the mock dinner for some employees on Saturday.
That's
then
cool.
it was vice versa. So I worked like Friday and then had Saturday. And so yeah, it was good. And that's where I tried sea bass. What was cool too is because the way they did their training when we opened the restaurant, it was literally like school. It was like a week of like school where we come in, we study, we like take tests every day and stuff like that. But then when we got into the actual restaurant and they could actually start cooking food, they would prep the food like every day. When we got into the restaurant, they started prepping the food to where everybody got to try it. So even before that mock dinner, I had probably had every menu item close to it, at least tried it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool. Sea bass is good.
Shout out Divieto. They're still there too. Still killing it.
Yeah, dude. I love it. It's not even that overpriced either. When I worked there, I was like, oh, this place is expensive. But now I like look at the menu, and to be honest, I mean, for what you're getting there, the prices, because I feel like Divieto kind of slightly raised their prices, but other restaurants seem to like significantly raise their prices. Some of them, like, dude, I forget where I went. Where did I order from the other day? Carrabba's, which has always been like
The cheaper eating
the
out.
cheaper at time, especially when you're comparing it to Divieto.
Yeah.
Their chicken parmesan was $20,
What?
and Divieto's when I worked there was like $18.50, and I think now it's like $20. But your chicken you get at Divieto is like that big. They give you so much pasta. And Carrabba's you get two pieces of chicken, but they're smaller, they're thin, they don't taste nearly as good. Like, dog, I don't know what's in that Divieto breading, but oh my gosh, their fried chicken.
Yeah, they kill it.
Dude, we got to go back to CP freaking K, dude, to use those little things. They
CPK?
expire. Yeah. The buy one, get one.
Oh yeah, we
They
do.
expire Tuesday. I'm going to go tomorrow. Buy one, get one. And they gave us 2. Like, that's a great deal. I'll
Go
be at
tomorrow?
CP. No.
Go
Did he-
tomorrow.
Did he give you 2?
I think so. Yeah,
He gave us 4.
they should be in my wallet.
Okay.
I can't go tomorrow, but
Yeah,
I would love to go tomorrow.
I know. Dude, something I just figured out too that I wanted to pick your brain about. Well, I didn't just figure it out. Do you know those things that are like in the urinals?
Yeah, urinal cakes.
Yeah, urinal cakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know the purpose of those things?
To both clean the urinal and make it smell good in there.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
There's a different purpose.
There's a different purpose. They're like splatter guards to hold the pee back, pee splats. Pee
Really?
splatters back. Yeah. You piss right into that urinal cake. Piss hard too. You know how to pee hard? Like you know how to force it out when you need to?
Uh-huh.
You know? Like power stream. Jet mode activated.
Hydro pump.
Yeah, dude. Like piss hard to get the poop stains off. You know? Extra clean.
Do him a favor.
Yeah, so the urinal cake, dude. So the urinal cake. All my life, man, I grew up trying to just softly pee in these urinals. And it would suck when like you're just like standing there and like, you know, when sometimes there's like no privacy wall. So like you got to get right up next to the urinal
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, okay, cool. Because the privacy wall's like this big, 2-inch gaps on each side of it.
Yeah.
So you're like, cool. So you're like standing close to it, pissing, and you just feel like your back of your hand's getting wet. You're like, great. So I was probably like, I don't even know what age I was, but I was probably like 18 or 19 when I figured out just by trial and error that like, dude, if you full force into those things, nothing's coming back. Nothing's. It's holding everything back, dude. It's holding it back. Front line. It's nice. I respect it. I respect a
What
good
an
urinal
invention.
cake, dude.
Dude, that means it's got 3 purposes. Because it still makes it smell good and probably does some sort of cleanse.
It don't clean. Why would it clean? What does it clean?
Well, when you flush, I don't know. It's probably got some sort of like cleaner
It's at the bottom,
aspect
dude.
to it.
To clean it.
Yeah, clean the drain. Clean the, I don't know.
I feel you.
If you're peeing on it and there's no splash, what else is there to clean?
No, you know the nice. See, I think homes should have urinals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think a urinal would be convenient?
It'd be more expensive than convenient, probably.
Because you'd still need a toilet. too.
Yeah, you'd need a toilet, and then the urinal would only be used by the men, and
But
you know, they're
dude, some urinals probably never need cleaned.
yeah,
Very seldomly, because they got like, you know, when you flush your urinal, like the water falls down from the top.
yeah. But home toilets don't need cleaned that often. Public toilets need cleaned like very often, but home toilets don't need cleaned that often.
It's true.
You know, I think it would be sick, but it would also, you'd need way more space in your bathroom. You'd need like extra plumbing capabilities in your bathroom to have
It'd
two
be rough,
flushing.
dude. It'd be rough. I would say.
But both of you could go to the bathroom at the same time.
I wonder if a girl can use a urinal.
I think they have like devices.
What?
I think there's a little thing that girls can use to like pee outside, so that they can like aim it, and so they could then use a urinal if they really wanted to. Probably easier just to use a toilet though, for all parties.
Literally, dude. Literally. Yeah, that's true. You ever used a bidet?
Never have.
No.
I've been interested. Have you?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. At a house I was remodeling.
Really?
Yeah, the homeowners had one. I was like, I'm definitely pooping in this thing. It's cool.
How does it work?
So it was a Japanese one in the 9 Club when they were talking about those Japanese like style toilets. It was exactly what it was. So nice, dude. I looked it up on Amazon because I was like, I need this toilet. It was like 5 G's.
Really?
Can't
More
do
than my
it.
first car.
Literally. It was great.
More than both my first cars
It was
combined.
great. Automatic toilet seat. Automatically opens up. Automatically opens down.
Sick.
Automatic flush.
Sick.
Heated seat. Heated toilet seat.
Luxury.
Lit up toilet seat and toilet bowl.
Wow.
So the bowl lights up, so you're not peeing in the dark.
Self-cleaning.
Probably.
Probably.
It's the bidet is built into the toilet, so basically you could flush like regular, wipe, whatever. Then you have like you hit this bidet thing, and it comes up, cleans it, and then comes up, dries it, and then that's it. So that's one. That was a special toilet, right? And then redid another house in Naples where they had an actual bidet. That was a separate one. And we installed it. It was brand new. So I was like, being that we're the only one that's I wouldn't use it. This one is different because these people had basically a huge master bathroom, and you walked into their bathroom, and then inside that bathroom was like a powder room where it was literally just a room with a toilet and a bidet. That's it. High ceilings too, super high ceiling. I hated painting that room. But yeah, so I was like, let me use that one, and that one's no. That
Wait,
one's,
you'd move from the toilet to the
Yes.
bidet to
Yes.
clean?
Yes.
That's strange.
Yes.
I'd rather just wipe.
Yes. You would. Yeah, you would. Now you know. So if you ever see it and you're in that scenario, just say, I'll skip it. But if you ever see like a super nice toilet and one's like built-in bidet, yeah. Especially with the drying feature. Because that's what I was thinking. When I used it, like, my boss was like, oh, you got to use it. Like, try it out. I was like, okay. Like, I wasn't really thinking of much of it, but I was like, all right. And I tried it. And then, like, as it's doing its thing, I was like, this sucks. I was like, I'm going to be wet, dude. and then it dried. And I was like, nice.
Solid.
Right when the water shut off, I was like, nice.
Walk out of there clean as a whistle.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Random question I had.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Off the wall, but I was just randomly thinking about it earlier. Would you rather get $100,000 cash right now, or have the option to restart life with all of the knowledge and skills you currently have?
100K.
Yeah. See, I figured we'd both agree because I don't want to restart life. But I was thinking about it. Like, when you beat a video game and there's certain games where you can restart the game and have the same inventory and, like, level and stuff. So you can just, like, blast through the next run through and get
Yeah.
special stuff. I just wouldn't want to restart my life. But
Not me.
but imagine what your life would be like if you started your life with, like, all this experience and knowledge. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, it'd be great. But I don't know. Life's life, man. Life is life. That's a cool thought to entertain. But for me, right where my head went, obviously the 100K. I wouldn't want to restart life. I feel like I was blessed with blessed with my life, but blessed with my wife for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to restart. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give that up for anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't restart for anything. But plus two, I could use 100K.
Yeah.
Give me the 100K. Where's this offer stand?
What would you do with 100K if it was given to you right now, off the top of your head?
If I had 100,
First thing that comes to your head.
if I had 100K right now, somebody gives it to me, I'm gonna probably
Pay off all your debt?
because I don't have
I
that.
shouldn't say all your debt. Yeah, you don't have too
I
much,
just
but
have my car to pay off. Pay off my car, and then honestly, bro, that's money is definitely gonna get invested somewhere. So I really just look for what I feel like the best opportune time is, like real estate, or like right now, 100K, you ain't buying a house. So I could put a downy on a house, but then I still gotta pay the payment. 100K can only make that stretch so far. So I would probably look for like somewhere in Texas where I might be lucky to get a house like 150K, and that way put 100 down on it, finance the 50K, pray and hope that neighborhood thrives. Like that's what you gotta do, man. Westbrook, when I was looking at a house in Westbrook for 250 when I worked construction, you remember me telling you about that?
uh-huh.
Literally, we had talked to the realtor, talked to the builder, like we were gonna get a house built for 250 in Westbrook because you could get in for so cheap right when it started, because there was like 5 houses in the neighborhood and it was all like dirt development. It wasn't like nice like it is now, but it's beautiful, dude. And I knew from location, I was like, that's where I want to be. So 250. But at the time where I was working construction, that 250 was like just cutting it. Like it was like, I make this much, and like this is gonna be like, so we didn't do it. That house now is going for like 600,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neighborhood's fully flourished. So like, and if you
Probably
just
gorgeous in there.
yeah, oh, it is, dude. Oh, it's cool. Another thing too that's been like some crazy news this week was that YSL indictment. Something that I don't feel like we really have much place speaking on, but I did want to kind of touch on it. I just don't know a lot of the situation, so I feel like I'm kind of far off to speak on it. But from the way I see it, and if you're tapped into the situation, don't come at me with a pitchfork.
Inform us, because we are slightly ignorant to it.
Yeah, but I would just say too, I mean, if anything, okay, let me just back up. For people who don't know, YSL's, from my knowledge, YSL's a rap group that is currently undergoing some sort of RICO case about, racketeering, charges like that, gang-related charges in Atlanta. And it's a whole big thing. So what I'll say is I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's few and far between to see. Like, I just think people got to be careful, man. Like, I really don't know if they are a gang or if they're not, if they're affiliated in whatever which way. I'm far from that, any kind, of that lifestyle. I have no clue. But I feel like they are, I don't know, I feel bad if they're not. It's like, dude, they're going through crazy stuff, and like these cops are just, there's a whole huge case going on, and like, I don't know that it's for nothing. Again, they could be affiliated, who knows? But it's just like, I don't know. I guess a lot of people, my first thought was that, oh, they listen to their rap music, and now it's like they've gotten, busted from that. But I do think it goes deeper than that. But they are in court referencing their songs and their music, so it makes you kind of think twice, like,
Would there be any evidence if like they weren't convicted of any crimes or whatever, or gang activity? If it weren't for the songs, like, would there be any evidence?
Yeah.
Of their affiliation?
Yeah, and it also makes me wonder, like, from like a RICO case is generally, from what I've seen, and this was like in a TV show that I saw this, so I don't know if it's like legit, but a RICO case is like big, bro. I'm talking like whole government, like, district attorneys and state attorneys and stuff like that, federal attorneys and stuff like that.
This says, I'll just read. It says it was passed in 1970. Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO, is a federal law designed to combat organized crime in the United States. It allows persecution and civil penalties for racketeering activities performed as part of an ongoing criminal enterprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge, dude. And so with that, it's like, how long have they been being like under, like, investigated? It's just crazy. This Young Thug's been making music forever, and it's just crazy.
Racketeering. I didn't know what that really meant. Dishonest and fraudulent business dealings.
That basically means racketeering is when you get like caught in
doing dirty business.
Not even. It's basically like, say that we could say we are driving in a car, we get pulled over, I have a gun that's illegal on me, and you're gonna get in trouble for racketeering. Just while the case is like up in the air, they'd be like, oh, whose gun is this, yada yada, and then like you're gonna probably go to jail for racketeering, for being involved in something like that, being involved in some sort of criminal activity.
Okay.
Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. Allegedly. Yeah, but no, it's crazy. That whole thing, I was like, dang, dude, when I seen it come out, and there was like 20-something of them that ended up, I don't know. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. People got to be careful out here. But also, be good.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, sometimes whenever, I know it's like, again, I'm ignorant to a lot of it, so like it's not my place to speak on it, but Especially when I see like these rappers and stuff that have a whole enterprise, like a whole, giant business around their name and their music and stuff like that. It just makes me wonder, like, why, like, I guess, like, why would you do dirty business? And like,
Especially when you're on that level, yeah.
yeah, because like you can make clean money so easily at, but again, it's like, I guess part of it's like a culture thing too, where it's like that's just part of who you are to a certain extent in some cities and
That's what just makes me wonder,
Groups
though.
of-
It's like, how could
social groups.
like Young Thug's not the only huge rapper that's in the group, Gunna worldwide. Like a lot of the people
Yeah.
are big time rappers, so it's like they're making real honest money through that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it kind of like that's where I wonder, like, I don't know. Just imagine they come out like say like wrong guys. You know what I mean? Like what if the government's wrong on it?
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
yeah.
Sheesh.
It does make you think though about certain people and what they rap about, because there's a lot of people that cap. There's a lot of people that cap and like don't.
For sure.
They just rap because of the culture and because of like what like. There's even people that I know for a fact don't like do crazy schemes like that, but they rap about doing it just because it's like part. I don't know.
Yeah.
Part of the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I love whenever, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a side topic, but like I just love when people rap about honest, like they're them, you know what I mean? Like honestly them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
they don't
for
put on any front or any character or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. That's the best. That's the best.
I don't listen to really any Young Thug or Gunna or any of that group though, so I can't say, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I don't really either. I don't really listen to their music either.
It's just a crazy story.
It is. Yeah.
It's all over the news right now.
It is, yeah. It is. I used to listen to their music a lot too. Like back in the day, when I had subwoofers, bro, there was a point where you're only looking for music that sounds good in subs. You can't hear the lyrics anyway. So give a crap,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
like you're not hearing that anyway. So it's like what's gonna thump hard and thump solidly. And Young Thug and Gunna on point, dude. I used to listen to a lot of that, but I mean, again, never really heard much of the lyrics. I miss subwoofers, dude. I miss subs. I do, but I don't. I wouldn't put them in like my Infinity or anything like that, but I had it in the Dakota. Remember?
Yeah,
My-
you
my
did.
truck.
Mm-hmm.
Thing thumped, dude. Little 12-inch rock.
Did you sell those separately or did you sell that with the?
I sold it with it. Yeah.
So Nick's thumping now.
Yeah, he is, dude. I asked him too. I was like, "You thumping?" Because I asked him if it worked. Because when I sold it to him, it wasn't powering on. And I think he did. He did get it to work. Solid. I think thumps.
He's rolling around listening to Young Thug now.
Nah, he ain't gonna listen to Young Thug. He listens to like 90s hip hop, the good stuff. Dude, I heard him every time I hear the truck. I'm like, I miss it. I love
I
it.
bet
I
every time
love
it starts
dude.
up.
Yeah. I know exactly when it starts up. Like I'll hear it. I know it.
Like I remember that engine.
And I hear him pull on 41. I'm like shifting gears. I miss shifting gears.
That was a cool truck.
It was. It is, man. And he's got it right. He put the money that it needed. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, I miss it. Solid truck, man. Yeah, shout out Nick, though. Ow, dude. When we were skating the other day, smacked my ankle, dude.
Dude, all of us are dealing with that.
My ankle is like so hurt. Like it's like so like bruised.
Tender.
It hit right here.
Yeah, dude, I've got the same thing on the same leg. When we were at Ride Nature, was it last weekend? Yeah, last Sunday. I hit skating the mini ramp. I don't remember what I did, but I hit the side of my ankle, and it's been tender ever since. And then last night when we were skating, I was hitting my freaking shins, hitting my ankles.
Dude,
I remember teachers used to think I was abused in school because of I'd skate in shorts and I'd have hella bruises when I'd go to school, like all over my legs from skating and like scratches.
What kind of parent would hit you in the leg though?
For real, like they just hit you with a freaking
Wooden stick in the
yeah.
leg.
Ding. Brian, you didn't do the dishes.
That would hurt, dude.
I'm so glad our parents never hit us.
They never hit you. Wait, you never got hit?
Dude, the other day there was some kids talking about allowances, and they were talking about something like how much they get for chores, and kid was saying he got like 20, and another kid's like, you get 20, I only get like 5. And then I just look at both of them, you guys got paid to do chores.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. What'd they say?
They laughed.
That's hilarious. Dude, StockX, you know what StockX is?
Yeah.
The sneaker app?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're getting sued by Nike for selling fake sneakers.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they're a big time app. I mean, that's where a lot of people go to get shoes. Which is crazy. You would think, too, I was listening to a podcast and they brought this to light, and I was like, you know, it makes sense. The thing with StockX is they always have shoes available, and it makes you wonder. It's like with any shoe, it's going to be generally not available in stores, you know, any shoe. It's like Yeezys or Adidas, but you can't find them in any Adidas store ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never be able to. And even like Jordan 1s or whatever that or like Dunks that do come out in the Nike store, Finish Line, any shoe store, generally gone. Like even nowadays, dude, you remember how hard back in the day it was for me to find those Air Forces
Yeah.
when we went to Nashville?
Uh-huh.
You could never do that again in today's day and age.
Really?
No, 100%. I mean, I couldn't find it here back in the day, I made the calls before we left, but it wasn't until we got to Nashville, still didn't have them. So I found them in like Franklin, Tennessee or something, like a city outside of Nashville. But everybody and their mother has Air Forces now, so you couldn't find them like that. But it just makes you wonder where StockX always has any type of shoe available. It's like, how, you know?
Yeah.
If all the resellers get them, it's like, how? Crazy. People were saying, dude, big time buyers, big time investors big time like purchasers from StockX saying that, you know, they did like, or maybe Nike people, I don't know, someone was saying that they did like trials of it and they would order like 5 shoes from StockX and like 1 of every 5 pairs were fake. So like if you order five pairs of shoes, at least one of those 5 are going to be fake.
Wow.
Which is like just crazy.
I wonder how big of a lawsuit that'll be, especially going against Nike.
A Nike, I know, right? Because you're selling, yeah. It's crazy because they're probably, StockX is huge. Like StockX sponsors like skaters. I mean, they're huge. And I mean, way bigger than skate industry. But when you got to think, Nike also backs, they're freaking way bigger. It's got to be weird when StockX has a partnership with Nike to sell their sneakers, and then they're selling also fake sneakers and calling them Nikes.
Yeah.
That's like if you
it ruins the
got
integrity
fake sneakers
of Nike.
from Nike. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's like, dude, aren't you supposed to be, you know, like
It's their responsibility to uphold the integrity of Nike as a company. So if you're giving people fake sneakers and calling them Nike.
I felt bad because, you know, you see the new April skate park, Shane O'Neill. So Shane O'Neill is sponsored by Nike, and he's also
got a
sponsored
StockX
by
lounge.
StockX.
Yeah.
He's got a big old StockX emblem on his like skateboard wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Ew.
how to, like, I don't know. I just wonder, like, you know, because literally Shane O'Neill has a shoe on Nike. Obviously, there's probably not even fake Shane O'Neill shoes because, I mean, the real ones are what, $60, $100?
Yeah.
But it's like, really, like, if they're selling, think about it. You're Nike. Nike sponsors Nike skateboarding. Nike SB sponsors Shane O'Neill, but then also StockX sponsors Shane O'Neill. Now Nike and StockX have a partnership together so that StockX can sell Nike shoes, and then think about like what Nike thinks. Nike's probably like, dude, what the heck is going on? Because StockX selling fake Nikes, sponsoring people like that who are also sponsored by Nike.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I wonder how all that works.
you know, because then Ashad or Shane, whoever has, you know, multiple sponsorships, both skating Nikes when he skates, like Robert Neal has both sponsorships too. Is he sponsored by Nike? Yeah, he is, right?
I don't know.
I know he's got the
StockX.
StockX.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. I know he's got the StockX sponsorship. So this is a perfect example. From Nike's standpoint, StockX is out here sponsoring skaters. Dunks are big to skate in now. Imagine Robert Neal is skating fake dunks. Granted, he probably wants to with the price of dunks. Why wouldn't you skate the fake ones? But because they're going to get ripped up anyway. But like, it's probably messed up.
That is weird. I wonder what the contracts look like. Because Shane O'Neill is sponsored by StockX.
I would imagine he's got a big old.
Yeah, I was
on
wondering.
his brand new skate park.
I was wondering how that works because maybe
I mean, dude, if he
it could be that they're affiliated with April. It could not be under because Shane O'Neill has a contract with Nike for his footwear sponsor, and so he gets all his shoes from Nike. He doesn't get shoes from StockX, I imagine, per the contract. Like I doubt Nike would be cool with him just getting like whatever shoes he wants from whatever brand when he's on Nike. But they might be affiliated with April Skateboards because April Skateboards is not under contract with Nike like Shane O'Neill is. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. They could like be They could have invested in the skateboard brand April. You know what I mean? And help fund that skate park.
That makes sense. I'm looking on their website to see if there's any affiliation.
Because I thought that the only skaters, I thought there was only a couple skaters that are like sponsored by StockX, like as in like, could get boxes of shoes sent to them from StockX. And I know Robert Neal is one of them. But I didn't think Shane was. I know he don't get shoes from StockX, like packages, or maybe he does. I don't know how those contracts work. I don't know how. I imagine Nike is pretty binding with their contracts, being Nike. You know what I mean? It's like how Red Bull makes you wear a Red Bull hat everywhere you go. You're on camera.
Yeah, I know, right? Literally.
It's like weird. But they paid the big bucks, so guess it makes sense.
So Robert was, before he took that StockX sponsorship, he was sponsored by Nike SB.
Oh.
So I think you're right about what you just said with Shane O'Neill's standpoint of it, because Shane does still have Nike.
Yeah. And that I feel like that would be a conflict of interest unless April is what is affiliated with StockX and not Shane O'Neill.
Burberry Airy.
He's sponsored by StockX too?
Yeah. The kid that's always wearing the StockX. Burberry Airy. It says skating. It says Burberry Airy skating StockX. StockX. What does it say? Authenticated Jordan 1s. So basically saying Burberry Airy skating fake Jordan 1s if they're StockX.
StockX authenticated. Oh, so he's getting fake Jordan 1s.
It's funny how he hey, is it promoting? It's funny how he keeps the StockX tag on his shoe. In the shoe world, that's like
whack.
Nobody would do that. Yeah, like anybody who buys like shoes from StockX, nobody's gonna like keep the tag on from StockX. But he gets ripped on it. Like people are like, "Oh, tell him to take the tag off," and I'm like, "Hey, asshole, he's sponsored by StockX."
Yeah,
that's like the one way you can determine the shoe.
That's the same as putting a sticker on a board.
Exactly. All his comments are flooded with, "Take the thing off. Take the thing off." Guess what? It's how he tells the sponsorship. Same as that Red Bull hat. I cannot find the. I was looking for StockX skate team, but can't find it. Just get a list of. All I found was Robert Neal and Burberry Airy.
I thought there was only a couple people that were technically sponsored by StockX. I don't think they have a skate team. They probably just hook up some skaters because of how big sneakers are in the skate world.
Bro, did you see the other day that kid? I think his name is Ty. What pro skater is there? Tyshawn. I think it's Tyshawn. He did a nollie. I think it was a nollie frontside heel flip over a trash can.
Yeah, standing up, right?
And floated over it.
Yep, going really fast.
And he was in Yeezy not slides, but like those foam runner things, which are basically slides. I was like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Nollie. At first I thought it was fakey.
You know
And I
he
was
nollie
like, yo,
kick
that's
flipped
cool.
over one? He nollie flipped a trash can
How?
upright. That doesn't make sense to me.
Bro.
I can't even nollie flip
That
up a
doesn't
curb.
make sense.
Yeah. You got to have hella pop.
How do you have that much pop in
He's probably the
nollie?
only person in the world that could do that. Thiago Lemos, like, maybe would be able to match him with that. But maybe not, because that's crazy. That's crazy. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Get a little possible. Ooh.
Yeah, we can wrap it up, bro. This was a good episode. We covered some topics. Did some would you rathers. Would you rathers. Yeah, dude. Episode 119. We are approaching episode 120.
And before we wrap it up, you wanna touch on skating with snacks real quick before we wrap it up?
I do.
That might be a big part of our summer.
Yeah,
Summer's
dude.
coming up,
Yeah, summer's coming up.
right around the corner.
Summer's coming up. Make sure you got your fruit in hand and your board in the other.
Drink a lot of water. It's gonna be hot out there.
It is, dude. Nah, I'm excited for what we got planned. Everything with Skating with Snacks. Shout out Kyle and everybody working behind the scenes on this.
And
We
Sorry to cut you off, but I do want to say real quick. Can I share our skate experience with just the local, like the days we've had the last couple weeks of like trying to skate and having no luck and how crappy it is around here.
go ahead.
So it's hard to skate around here, really. Like there's really not many options, and it's been hard for Skating with Snacks too, because back when there were skate parks, Skating with Snacks had an outlet to like reach kids and give out snacks and waters and, you know, build a little community and stuff. But there's no skate parks at all. Where I'm talking where we live, like as far as like places we want to just drive quick 5-10 minutes, like there's nowhere. We had one schoolyard we would skate at all the time since we were kids. The lights don't come on at night anymore, so it's not skatable at night. Our favorite spots downtown, we tried skating the other day. There's now security patrolling like on weekends, so that's not weekends are when Danny and I skate. So it's just and just as a kid, from a kid's standpoint, it's been outrageous because where do kids skate? Because we can drive. Danny and I can drive to Lehigh Acres and skate the park. We can drive down to Naples 30 minutes away. Like we can drive over the bridge to Cape 30 minutes away. Drive up to Ride Nature 30 minutes away. But if you're a kid getting out of school or something, you gotta beg your parents to like get a ride at after school or whatever to go skate somewhere. There's just nowhere to skate. So this has been like something we're dealing with heavy, and something that like Skating with Snacks and us have been like on a mission to kind of, you know, build something. But I did cut you off. I just wanted to kind of add that little tidbit for perspective for anyone listening.
Yeah, no, bro, you're good, bro. Speak on it. That's real. That's real. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm hyped for what we're doing, what we got planned, what everybody involved with Skating with Snacks has got planned for the summer. Doing like a back to school event where, you know, I think if all goes as planned, it will be held at Lehigh. It's just a back to school event where we're going to be giving away, you know, book bags, school supplies.
Yeah.
So
Last year we did the Go Skate Day event where we gave away helmets and skateboards and just gave out pallet of water and fruits and snacks and stuff like that, cooked burgers and hot dogs, and it was a great time. It's going to be the same this year, just we're adding also the school elements and giving away school supplies for, you know, families that it's hard sometimes, you know, to afford like maybe not necessarily like pencils and folders and stuff like that, because all that's relatively cheap, but like backpacks, a nice backpack, solid lunchbox, like things like that. These are things that, you know, I remember that being hard for our mom to like afford and like get hooked up. We'd have to have hand-me-downs or whatever little cheap bags we could get. So we want to help the community in any way we can.
yeah, dude, I'm hyped for it.
Me too.
I'm hyped for it. Yeah, so if you know anybody or if you have access to, you know, school supplies, if you're looking to donate, you know, it's definitely going to a good cause. You can email cityofpalmspodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, contact us. Or Skating with Snacks, skatingwithsnacks.org.
Yeah. Or Skating with Snacks, definitely. You can DM Skating with Snacks on Instagram too, that way as well. But yeah, it would definitely, any contributions are greatly appreciated, and they're going to do a good cause. So keep it in mind, think about it, pray about it. We appreciate it.
And as the summer approaches, and as we are doing our podcast into the summer, you'll be hearing more and more about it as the plans come together. And we got some ideas on how we want to continue promoting it and make sure it's a good turnout, and a lot of families show up and show out, have fun skating, and hopefully benefit. Whether it's from some healthy foods for the day and a meal, or case of water if we can give it to them, or school supplies if that's what they need, or and skate stuff, if they need a fresh skateboard, nice helmet, and then hopefully down the road skate parks. Let's do it.
You know what it is, man.
Where can they find us at, Danny?
You can find us at City of Palms Podcast anywhere you listen to a podcast. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Tidal, anything, man. YouTube's the best route. If you want to watch what we're doing, see the studio, all the work we've put in, all the work that the man Brian puts in on editing, behind the scenes, he kills these edits. Check us out on YouTube.
If you don't have time for the podcast, they're kind of lengthy sometimes, go to the social media pages. We got Instagram clips, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we got Instagram clips, highlight clips on the Instagram page. Check that out. Not so much on TikTok anymore. Tried it. We'll stick to Reels on IG. So pop on the IG, subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure post notifications are turned on, because new episodes every Monday.
And we just might be going live here pretty quick.
Hit them with that outro biscuit.